Hello, I'm Chuck Gilchrist, welcoming you to Colorado Wide Open, Colorado's motorsports video magazine, your only source for motorsports news featuring road racing, motocross, supercross, enduros, trials, and play riding. So hold the throttle to the stops and hang on, it's time for Colorado Wide Open. Brought to you by your Rocky Mountain Suzuki dealers, the ride you've been waiting for. Bay Myers Motorcycle World, Denver's largest since 1948. Paradise Motorsports, and Wildcat Motorsports. The cat is out of the bag. When most people think of Steamboat Springs, world-class skiing, snowboarding, mountain biking, and fishing come to mind. Practically any kind of mountain sports one may think of is available to visitors year-round. But the one thing that makes Steamboat so very unique from other ski resorts is Steamboat Motorcycle Week. For 14 years, the American Historic Racing Motorcycle Association, better known as ARMA, has built this event into certainly one of the most significant vintage motorcycle events in the country. Steamboat is where you go to see old friends, meet new friends, feel the thrill of racing, and most of all, to reminisce, to remember days long gone, the sound of a Kickstarter and huffing of an old single-cylinder four-stroke coming to life, the sweet odor of castor oil, the unmistakable sound of an unsilenced European two-stroke engine, a gas tank bearing a proud brand name now long gone. For most of the people who come to Steamboat, it's a passion, a love affair with machines that thrilled them as youngsters, machines that wake up memories of days long past, of racing heroes that were bigger than life, heroes that so many years ago seemed untouchable, racers who were to their generation what Jeremy McGrath, Jeff Emig, Scott Parker, and Doug Chandler are to today's youthful enthusiasts. Now, decades later, you discover that hero is very much human and loves to ride motorcycles. Some of them just can't give up what has been their life. Dick Mann epitomizes what vintage racing is to most people. Dick Bugsy Mann's career has spanned more than 4 decades. At 63 years of age, he still has a twinkle in his eye when he looks back on how many years he's competed at Steamboat.
Yeah, I put on the inaugural event, and I think it was 14 years. This is the 14th year, I believe. I may be wrong.
Tell us, what have you been doing? What's your schedule been like this whole year as far as the vintage racing nationwide?
Well, I sort of overextended myself, and I've been doing a lot of traveling this year, and I'm sort of anxious to get back home and get back to work.
So you and the wife, you guys are still on the road together and having a good time doing this vintage racing?
Yeah, we came from the ISDT reunion in Arkansas before we came here.
So tell us, you've been riding motorcycles for a lot of years. Are you ever going to give it up?
Well, sure. Eventually.
What keeps you in it?
It's still fun. Still have a good time with it. Good people.
Back off into racing, when do we expect to see you doing it?
Well, you probably won't expect to see me if I don't race.
You're going to be up until the last day, huh?
Well, I have no plans. I don't even buy green bananas.
And at the start of the Premier 500 Expert race, Dick showed he still has the desire of a champion as he gets the hole shot rocketing through the first turn. Dick took the lead and began to run away from the field. Another past champion, number 4, Jeff Smith, not only rides vintage bikes, but is also the executive director of ARMA. Jeff was the 1965 500cc World Motocross champion and the last rider to win the title on a 4-stroke, until recently, Husaberg rider Joel Smets equaled Jeff's accomplishment in 1995. Dick Mann goes on to take the checkers, while Jeff moves up through the pack to finish a close second. We'll be back with more motorcycle racing from Steamboat Springs after this. Another consummate vintage enthusiast is Rick Dowdy. His company, Vintage Iron, caters specifically to vintage motorcycle restoration and preservation. He's also involved with promoting vintage racing around the country. In recent years, Rick has become a regular at Steamboat Motorcycle Week.
That's right. This is my 8th year at Steamboat. I haven't missed one in the last 8, and hopefully we'll be here for another 8. Steamboat is unique in as much as that you have all four disciplines of vintage competition taking place. You've got a large group of vintage enthusiasts that converge here. It's not really the center of the country, but it's not left coast or right coast. So it's an opportunity to see people you only see once a year. You can either compete in the different disciplines, you can go out and watch. People get together for dinners at night. There's just tons of motorcycles to look at. It's a big package.
Vintage motocross consists of any off-road bike or racing bike that was made prior to 1974. And at Steamboat 97, there was virtually every manufacturer represented, both past and present. The sheer numbers and varieties of brands was overshadowed only by the condition of many of the bikes. A walk through the pits illustrates this point. Many of the bikes are in original mint condition. Many others are painstakingly restored to better than showroom condition, while others look like an old dog at the pound, begging you to take them home with you and give them the love and attention they need and deserve. In all, the majority of bikes at Steamboat are well taken care of, with competitive racing as the motivation. There's something special about these old bikes. By today's standards, they're very basic, even simple, but in their days, they were the cutting edge of racing technology. Not unlike collectible vintage automobiles, they could be considered as rolling works of art. If you're looking to invest in a piece of history, Steamboat is the race to come to find that one bike that might be the one you wanted as a youngster but could never have. Or possibly the one your motocross hero once rode. Or to just relive a magical time in motocross history. Most of the riders that come to Steamboat Bike Week do just that. Some even strive to look like reincarnations of past champions, and if you let your imagination go, you just might see some of them. Brad Lackey, Pierre Carsmakers, Marty Smith, Jim Pomeroy, Ben Aubert, Heike Mikkola. Whether you're young or old and love motocross, the history of motocross should be remembered. Much the same as our nation's history, our past links us with the present as well as the future. And in the case of motocross racing history, reliving the glory days is what Steamboat is all about.